Mega update about the contract extensions, 3 players, who are we speaking about and where are we? Then we go towards a big duel. KOLO MUANI, Dusan Vlahovic. Can they play together or is it impossible to see them together for more than a few minutes at the end of the game? We go towards Como Juve, the game of tomorrow. Not only on the field but also future Mercato. You know it, Mercato never sleeps. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, I hope you're all doing well. Ragazzi, I'm a bit late today with the video. For what reason? I didn't want to put you too many contents because I really wanted to speak about KOLO MUANI, Dusan Vlahovic with my opinion. But of course, when you have a press conference that was planned extremely early, 12 p.m. Italian time, I said, you know what? That question will come to Thiago. Let's listen first to what he's saying. Not to change my opinion because I have a really clear opinion on it, but maybe he will tell us something that we don't know today. So I listened and I will complete my opinion later when we will go towards the words of Thiago. Can we start? We can start. We start with the contract extensions, 3 names. The first one we start, and I'm extremely happy. Weston McKennie. In these hours, there will be a contact between Juventus and his entourage, his management, with the player, of course, as well, because at the end he needs to agree. Juventus needs to agree to the request. Am I happy? Absolutely. Yeah, they will find an agreement. And probably in the coming weeks, we'll have also an official news about Weston. It's a player that extended his contract already in the summer in 2026, but it was more something like, let's solve the situation really fast, let's find a compromise, what you are asking for, what we want to give, and let's take a bit of time. We know and we saw what you were giving to Max Allegri in the last 3 seasons, what you did also with Pirlo, but we really want to see also what you are giving to Thiago Motta in a new totally renewed Juve. He was out of the team, we know it. He fought back to come back into the team. He received the trust first from the management with a contract extension, a temporary one, but especially he was able to win, and not only Thiago Motta trust, but also all the supporters. I remember Weston McKennie has always been in doubt. First of all, like, it's a beautiful, nice surprise. Then he became a player that was, yes, good in some flashes, but incomplete and especially not consistent. One of the big words of Allegri. Fantastic, great, continue like that, but give us that continuity, not only with flashes or with blocks, but we want to see that level for an entire season. And I have to say that Weston McKennie became a total different player. Complete, not only assist or goals, but this time he was able to combine both. Versatile player, not only in the midfield, but playing as a number 10, sometimes as a number 9, can play as a left back, on the right as a right back. He's really someone that is showing more and more that complete player, but also consistent player, and also a mature player, much more than when he arrived, able to win the trust of Pirlo, Allegri, and also now of Thiago Motta. So totally deserved, according to me. That captain armband that he received like 2 weeks ago was beautiful. He was a vice captain when Locatelli was there, so maybe now we have a hierarchy with Capitano Locatelli, vice captain Weston McKennie. Maybe we can go with that also there with continuity until the end of the season. Am I happy? Absolutely yet. Deserved? Much more than deserved. So let me know in the comment section if you are happy or not about that contract extension for Weston McKennie. Length? I don't know, 27, 28, 29, let's see what will be a salary, we'll discover it soon. The second name, Federico Gatti. Look, that's a player that already should have signed another contract extension because it's not the first one until 2029. We were speaking about it in October, didn't happen. We were speaking about it in December, didn't happen. Now we have an update about Mirko Di Natale and Nico Schira that are telling us that the parts will see each other again towards June, July. They are pushing it away. They agreed on the length of the contract, but apparently not yet on the salary request on Federico Gatti. That is probably asking a bit more. Is that the real block at the moment? I am not sure. I believe, of course, Mirko and Nico Schira when they are speaking about that because they are the experts, so I report. But I always told you, and I brought it back on the lives in a few days ago, where I told you, attenzione, because that contract extension is not coming. Is he the preferred player from Thiago Motta? I am not sure in terms of quality. Then on the other side, in terms of meritocracy, can we blame something to Gatti today? You have to split the technical part, what he's giving. Maybe is he the best option for Thiago Motta in his idea of football and what the defenders needs to give, and then that meritocracy in giving everything, being available. For example, what we saw now, I believe it's 20 games in a row where he playing game in, game out, minute in, minute out. So you have really to split both of the discussions, also knowing that we have a lot of new defenders. Kelly, Veiga, Kalulu that also needs to be permanently signed. We have Cabal that will come back, Bremer that will come back. We already hear some voices from the transfer market with Hansko, with possibly an interest about the young Comuzzo from Fiorentina. There are so many names that at today, I would go with a 50-50 contract extension possibility for Gatti. Not only about salary, but also let's see how we will finish that season. What about the future of Gatti? Look, there were already a lot of interest from Premier League in the last two transfer market session. Will the third one be the good one? We will discover it. Can be, cannot be. Look, I really believe it's a 50-50. The other one that I believe will not sign is Dusan Vlahovic. Ristic will be in Torino really soon. Maybe meeting Juventus. This has always been promised by Cristiano Giuntoli when he said in February we will come back and meeting. We have a great relationship with the player. We have a great relationship with the entourage. So it will be easy to find a day to sit together. Will it be easy to find also a contract extension signature? You know that Juventus is offering less money with more years, why apparently what we hear from the entourage of Dusan, they want to keep that same salary. We are going, if you are listening to all the papers, to our journalists, the expert, towards a no. It will not happen. Will it be just to shake hands and saying, look, this is what we offer, last offer, this is what you want, we are not able to meet him because we think it's not realistic, or we cannot anymore give you what we were giving a few years ago? Let's see. Tell me in the chat if you believe that they will find at the end an agreement with Dusan, yes or no. According to me here, it's more a no than a yes. So I believe Weston 100%, Gatti 50%, and 100% a no for Dusan Vlahovic. My opinions right now. Now that we just spoke about the contract extension, let's go towards the other big topic. Dusan Vlahovic and KOLO MUANI. Can they play together? The answer is really simple. Yes, they can. Absolutely, we saw them also against Empoli. From the 65th minute on, Kenan Yildiz went out with KOLO MUANI playing on the left. Do I believe it's really smart to start playing both of them together? No. Not only tomorrow, or against Como, but for the remaining part of the season. It can happen, of course, and because we saw that they already can do it. KOLO MUANI is a really versatile player. They can play as a left winger, as a right winger, as a 9, as a false 9. He can play in all these offensive positions. We know that Thiago Motta loves a player that is able to give that. Does that mean that Dusan Vlahovic now is totally parked with KOLO MUANI that will play all the games? No, we know it. We are already out of one competition, the Supercoppa, but we still have 3+1. Why am I saying 3+1? Coppa Italia, we have Champions League, we have Serie A, and then that +1 is the Club World Cup, where at the moment, black on white, KOLO MUANI will go back to Paris Saint-Germain. Unless they find a new agreement. So can they play together? Yes. Will they play together? I think no. Because we are not solving any problem, guys. We were looking for a vice Vlahovic that can be the number one player on the field. With Dusan, it becomes a vice one. Why? To rest Dusan Vlahovic, to create a bit of competition. And that's what you have with the KOLO MUANI and Dusan Vlahovic. They will challenge each other. The one that deserves, the one that is most informed will play. The other ones will sit on the bench. If you start both players simultaneously, you still have the same problem. When you will look on the bench to create a bit more or to have a bit more power up front in the last minute, in the second half, or they will not be there. So it makes totally no sense then that you went for a second number 9 on the Mercato. According to me, it makes no sense to start both of them with equal minutes, because you will make actually the same mistake. And also you will sacrifice one between Conceição, Bangula, Wea, Yildiz, Nico Gonzalez. 5 players that we have there on the wings would make totally no sense, according to me, to sacrifice to actually create the same problem. So no, I don't have the necessity to see them together. Does that mean that they cannot never play together? No, they can. Of course they can. Then pay attention also to the competition, because if you go out again in Champions League really fast, if you lose against Empoli in Coppa Italia with only one competition until the end of the season, maybe the discussions can totally change. But at the moment, I don't really see that necessity, except if you go towards a 4-4-2, which is something totally different. What did he say about KOLO MUANI and Dusan Vlahovic? In press conference, he said, look, what we need is a balanced team. offensively, defensively. It's not a KOLO MUANI against Dusan Vlahovic. Some games they can play together, some games one will start on the bench, some games maybe not, none of them will start or play the game. But what I'm asking from these players are the same works, attacking wise, but also defensively wise. They also need to be extremely good in pressing when we need to chase the ball, in pressing when we just lost the ball. So he's really underlining again that defensive work. You remember the words of Dusan Vlahovic in the national team of Serbia, that he didn't really like to come back or to do that defensive work. So let's see if Dusan will be able to give the same guarantees as KOLO MUANI is giving. Probably will also be a lot of time a starter, otherwise maybe not, or at least not in the huge important games. What about tomorrow? I have always thought that Dusan Vlahovic would start the game with KOLO MUANI playing in Champions League, but the non-verbal communication of Thiago Motta, the thing that he said also verbal, looks like, and also the papers are telling us that looks like KOLO MUANI has still a chance to start with Dusan Vlahovic on the bench. It will be, I believe, the 5th time in a row. Let's see. I'm really curious. The fact that he didn't mention Milik, guys, tells a lot, because usually he's always giving the list and he's never forgetting any player. Today he said Cabal will be out, or Juan, like he calls it. Gleison, Bremer will be out, and Kalulu will be out. These are 3 names that he mentioned for the game of tomorrow without mentioning Milik. What about Cambiaso? Important one. Cambiaso will not be there tomorrow. When the question came about Cambiaso, if he was happy actually, Thiago Motta that he stayed at Juve, he said, I'm absolutely happy that he stayed in a big club like Juve, but I believe that it has always been his intention of Cambiaso to stay at Juve. Tomorrow he will not be there. It will be a tough game against Como. We hope to have him as soon as possible so that he can give some support, some help to his teammates. Ragazzi, I don't know when Cambiaso will be back, like Thiago Motta, hopefully really soon. Do I still believe in Cambiaso? I hope so, because I always told you for season 24-25 we really need Cambiaso. Even if there are some voices that are coming from UK but also from Italy that are saying pay attention, there could potentially already be an agreement now on a sum 60 million euro for the summer for him to go to Manchester City, so it's just postponed. On the other side, you know, Mercato is crazy. What is valid today, if it's not black on white, can be totally different in the future. When I told you Como, Juve, tomorrow we'll go, of course, towards a more detailed information about Como, how they are playing. But it's true that yesterday there was a press conference of Czech Fabregas, where he was saying, look, we and Juve, we are a bit in the same philosophy. We and the Bianconeri, we have a bit the same project. We go towards the young players that we want to let grow. Then it's clear that they have a big team with a big coach. I didn't really like we have the same project as Como. I don't like it. They are trying to build the stadium, or to make it more beautiful, more bigger. They have beautiful ambitions on the market. You saw that they even spent more than Milan with nearly 50 million euros, spent 49.2, while Milan went with a crazy mercato at 48.5, Juve only with 25, even if we have to sum it up with what we did this summer. So Como is actually in Europe the 8th team that spent the most on the transfer market. Am I stressing now because they signed a lot of players? No, because if Juve is doing their job, then we are obliged to win. But what I tell you, that there will not only be a fight on the field between Como and Juve, it's also a fight off the field. Nico Paz will be the one that Juventus will monitor closely. Apparently, and Thiago Motta and Giuntoli, they fell in love with the player. But it's not only, of course, them. I believe that all the fans that watch Serie A this season, they totally are in love with the player, even if pay attention, because he's also partially a Real Madrid player. So if you need to negotiate and starting with Real, with Como, can be tough also, because we know that the dream of the kid, like he said yesterday, is not to think about his future today, but one day to go back to Real Madrid. So pay attention to that, but Nico Paz to Juve would be really, really, really beautiful. Another one that is upcoming, and there you have also another fight, another duel between Como and Juve, is the one that I reported a few days ago on Twitter. I said, pay attention, because Juventus, they are monitoring a talent that is called Yeremai. Yeremai, 22 years old, is playing at Deportivo La Coruña, second division in Spain. Deportivo La Coruña. The older ones, they will remember. They will remember. Let me know what you're thinking about when I tell you Deportivo La Coruña. Well, Jeremiah is a fantastic technical player, a skillful player, a number 10, a real number 10, where Como and Juve are already on monitoring. Let's see. The big money of Como, because they have a lot of ambitions on the field, or maybe Juve can go for it in the summer. Are we really in need of Jeremiah? I am not sure. But that Juve is already on these players is always a beautiful news. The last one, Kelly is training with the team. Could already be called up for tomorrow. Not sure, but could. For the Champions League, he will be called up. I received beautiful news from Vega that is impressing a lot of people. There is a lot of enthusiasm in La Continassa when they are watching at Renato Vega. It's a bit too early to speak about Kelly. Kelly that will be in that Champions League list. Vega as well. KOLO MUANI as well. The only one that will not be in that Champions League list from the new additions is the name of Alberto Costa. We already spoke about it. We made a live about it. We gave you the detail. We already anticipated. Unfortunately, it's not Juve, but it is the rules of UEFA. They are saying only 3 new players can be there. Who is off of that list? Well, the 3 that went away. Danilo, Arthur, and Fagioli. With still Bremer in that list, with still Milik in that list. People that will get angry. Why are they there? Not because it's a rule. Only 3 new players could be there. If you took 3 off, then you never know. Cabal or Bremer with a miracle healthy situation could maybe play the final in Munich. You never know. You never know in life. Put a maximum of like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Grazie, forza. Juve.